So yeah, I had a pretty long video on Wednesday, so I'll try to make this short. I mean, I really felt, it was really an introduction to the class as well as a comment on the NSBE Code of Ethics. So I would watch the video actually to get a better handle on how I'm approaching the class. What I've asked you in the discussion board for today really focuses on the relationship between Canons One and Four, which is just crucial for any engineering ethics class. I hope I've said it already that there's nothing like Canon 1 in any other code of ethics, professional code of ethics that I know of. The codes of ethics for doctors and lawyers are much more traditional in that they focus on the client or patient and the responsibility of the professional to those individuals, whereas the uniqueness of the first canon is that it doesn't say that engineers have a particular responsibility for any individuals. It's a responsibility to the whole world. If we understand the public to mean everybody who's affected or potentially affected by technology. And it is the heart and soul of engineering ethics. It's the first canon. It's the most important thing. Um, but engineers are not just responsible to the world at large in terms of the technologies that they develop and maintain. They also have employers and clients, and that's what Canon 4 is about. And Canon 4 is incredibly important for any, what's embodied in Canon 4 is incredibly important for any professional ethics, and that is that it is a special relationship that you have with a client. The client is traditionally the person for whom you're providing services, and the idea of a profession is that is not just merely a customer. In business, you have customers, and there are certain duties, minimal duties at least, that you owe to your customers. But they're different from the kinds of duties that a professional owes to their client or patient. And let's just call it the client. Um, the client is, or the professional is an agent of their client in a way that the business person is typically, unless they're in a special fiduciary relationship. The business person is not in the position of being an agent of their customer. To be an agent is to act on somebody else's behalf rather than your own. And this is where the altruism comes in, as we'll see, of being a professional. The idea is that, yes, you're accepting a fee from a client, but that's a secondary matter. The primary matter is that you've agreed to put your services in aid of your client, and that's the basis of the relationship. Now, when we talk about employers as well as clients, which the fourth canon does, and it complicates the matter very much, and this is an issue that we'll pick up later in the semester, the deep problem in engineering ethics of what the engineer's duties are to their employer. We got duties to the public, we've got duties to the client, we've got duties to the employer, and they're all sometimes mashed together, I think, by the BER and by the code, and they have to sort them out. But in any case, Canons 1 and 4 set out duties for the engineer. One, a duty to the public at large, the other, the duty to the employer or client. And the truth is that many times it's been said that those duties clash in particular circumstances. And we'll be looking at BER cases in which they appear to clash, and decisions have to be made about which responsibility, which duty to put first. Now, the first canon says you have to hold paramount the health, safety, and welfare of the public. Hold paramount means put first. That would seem to perhaps decide the matter, that it has absolute priority. But in particulars of cases that we'll look at, it's not always clear that the Board of Ethical Review sees it that way in practice in any particular situation. So, yes, I'd like you to look over, again, the document as a whole, but think in particular about the relationship between Canons 1 and 4.